Go.
Yeah, I'm ready. Give me 1 second here. I'll make it easier so you can actually see it.
We're gonna get a visual display too. Ooh.
There you go. Why did the blonde stare at the Ford? Why? It said focus. That's not funny.
Yeah, it is. And I could really laugh at it because my sister is a quintessential blonde now. But the really bad part is, no, she's a natural blonde. But she was an honor roll straight A student through high school. Then she ended up getting married and having a kid. And the brains went to my niece. Like the whole joke about getting lost in broad daylight without anything to mess up your vision. Yeah. My sister used to be able to get around pretty well, and then she started to get turned around and lost easily after having the kid. I don't know how much of it was actually having the kid and how much of it was the sleep deprivation that comes with having children, especially young ones. Who knows? It could have been little column A, little column B. Okay, Blake, I know you're listening, and I'm not sure if you saw the question from Anamorphic Mind in the chat, but he was wondering, did you make sure to wear pants this time?
I like Eric.
I am wearing jeans this time. Yes, I am. I had to wander outside because I was hearing some strange noises. Over at Quantico are playing with their big guns.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, you are in that area.
Right there outside of Quantico.
Right.
Medicine.
Maybe.
Wrong possibility of that.
I know, very well could be. All right, so it connected this time. Let's see.
There you go, Furbo.
Let's see if it stays
that precision
connected.
cocking.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So you can cock with precision.
Hey, you got to get good with the cock if you want to actually lay it right.
This is true story. True story.
Oh, trust me, there's a bunch of them here. It looks like.
Oh God, what's the Wow. No, not that one.
Oh, this one.
No, yeah, yeah.
Have you seen his tweet? I don't know if it's recently or if it's just recirculating.
That he's 40?
Yeah. Do you feel old now?
Yeah, because I'm only a few years younger than him.
Oh no.
I'm only about a year younger than him, so yeah.
No, be sure to fill every crack you see. He's sealing his butt crack.
Hey, plumber and construction crack is a thing, and you got to watch out for that shit. Because who knows what's going to happen.
Oh, there you go.
He was born at August 26th, 1980.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Which means that was from last year. No.
Yeah.
No,
No.
It's this year.
No, this year, but
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's born a month and a half after my wife.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, I already know I'm old.
Well, age is a state of mind over body. It's only when the mind starts to go that you finally start noticing the aging of the body.
Hey,
You're only as old as the woman you feel.
Why
that.
do I think that's a Hefnerism, isn't it? That's something I could see Hugh Hefner saying.
Feels like he would have, yeah.
But so now that we actually have a good stable connection now, and I kid you not, 0 dropped frames, it stayed in the green, and we've had a good bitrate going out, so all you motherfuckers should be coming back and actually watching, because hey, you know what, maybe that's it. Maybe because there's no one watching, YouTube is like, okay, now we'll let him be fine. Motherfuckers. But anyway, so a few of us had some fun on Twitter earlier today, and
Shall I pull it up?
Are
we talking about the politics one?
Do we want to start with where it began or where it ended? It's like,
or how about...
always, it begins and ends with me, always, okay?
Hold on.
Well, no,
Mariah Fajita is actually trying to add to the conversation, but not really.
Oh, wait, which conversation? The one you were showing before?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's not wrong though.
Yes, it is.
No.
No.
That could have been them. In that. Although I will say, some of the movie makers back in that era would randomly connect movies that you didn't realize were actually connected. Because those two show up again in a different movie.
What?
Yeah, they pop up as bums, as homeless people on the street in a movie that was released, what, just a year later?
Yeah, I think it was a year later. It was right around then. It was another Eddie Murphy movie.
Anyone want to take a guess what it was? It's obvious Furball and I know which one it is.
I know what it is.
I mean, I would like to say that I've seen almost all of Eddie Murphy's Rip with
Haven't you ever had a McDowell's Big Mick?
Big Mick.
Or hang on. Let's go with a line that Coral will definitely remember if she's seen the movie. The Royal Enos is clean.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I feel like, is this Coming to America?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Eddie Murphy sitting in a hot tub and then a chick just appearing out of the water.
Yes. Excellent movie. Yes.
Yeah, so those two guys were bums in it because that was after that now I can't even think of what that one was named.
Trading Places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so after because at the end of that movie they go broke, and now in Coming to America they're bums on the side of the street. And didn't he give them a bunch of money?
A random amount of money, but it wasn't just like a couple bucks. I think it was something like either a couple hundred or a couple thousand. And one of them was like,
know what the money was.
Yeah.
It was an envelope full of money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was the envelope. Hands it over, and one of them was like, "Wait,
Mortimer,
we're in the game again."
Yep.
Such a great film.
Since I haven't had a chance to defend myself, Coral.
You know what? Start with that.
Yes, I think we shall see. I told you, it starts and ends with me. Me and my memory.
Well, it starts with you, then drifts away, then comes back and goes off in another direction and coming back.
Absolutely. You gotta insert myself in, make sure I.
So, you know, Dan Kennedy's got a pretty good picture going on here.
Yeah.
I take it you like that one, Tech.
Oh yes.
What? You don't like the origin of Trump's hairstyle on the Norwegian coast?
Hard pass on that one, which is why I put the cuter one below it.
Well,
that's only because
It's like a palate cleanser.
Come on now, Trump says
I so cannot understand what you wish to say. But hello.
We heard about 1/5 of that.
if off.
Sorry, I'm in on a cell phone on a reliable internet connection.
You got a
I have no idea.
bad internet.
Directly
Yeah.
into the potato.
Really bad.
I heard enough to be able to piece it together, and I'm not
What do you think?
surprised. That he's in the middle of BFE, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not shocking.
What the?
What caught your attention now?
Oh, okay. This is for. Give me 1 second. Kara will love this one. Okay, coming right up. Oh, ow, hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna interrupt Jay here. Sorry. For that added support.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. I wish I had like one of them.
Nice.
So I'm like, you gotta be kidding. That's funny.
That is funny. I like that. I'd buy that bra.
Fred Knotts does have a point, and it would not surprise me. Trump doesn't wear a piece. He had surgery. You can see the scars in a couple pictures. And it would also explain the way it acts in a strong enough breeze.
Right? When it's going, caw.
Well, yeah. You can definitely tell it's thinning because there's a YouTuber that I watch often enough who's a younger guy, but you can tell he's thinning already, but wears and keeps his hair in a style that it doesn't seem like it. The video he released today, it showed it in such a way that, yeah, it's like, dude, Chase, you're thinning. And for those who are wondering, it is Chase on Two Wheels. Yeah, one of the motorcycle channels, and he seems like he'd be a really interesting guy to hang out with because he's Southern stupid silly without the immense danger risk. If you want the danger risk, go watch what Yummy R6 does. And the thing is, those two are friends, and they actually have a series that they record together.
Okay.
What are we okaying?
Hang on here.
Okay left, okay right?
Now this must be the future of a new future fashion.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I've seen those actually. There's also plastic ones. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Why? Why?
Yeah, I don't
This is
know.
under a section called "Outfits That Prove Fashion Has No Limit." Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah, I don't get it. Here, look at that.
Derelict.
Derelict. Yeah, remember that. Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
wrong with it. Look at this pant pattern.
That's
That would be a definitely. That's the Lala Lumen or whatever.
Just don't do it.
the knockoffs.
Yeah.
That's great. I'd buy that one. I'm just saying.
Oh, look at that dress.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's just
That hurts my eyes.
That's a shame. I have a dress that's kind of like that, but it's not like a mermaid style like that. But yeah, the scrunching's not working there.
hang on. Where's God's auditor? I gotta ask. Is this Dick's new uniform top?
Yes,
Oh, that would be perfect.
that would be perfect.
There you go. Look at that sock.
I need these
Wow.
socks. Where are they? Come on. Like I need these socks in my life.
Oh, Fred Knotts has a point. So,
Nice.
what's sad is someone paid money to buy these. Interesting placement for the
Ooh.
flower.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate or intended?
I would say unfortunate because I've been okay. So we've been designing gear for like Teespring and stuff like that, and sometimes you'll put in a thing, and if you're not paying attention to how it shows up on the thing, it can. You could be surprised like that.
Juno, come here.
I think I'm supposed to say clock, but
Clock, yeah.
it kind of comes out as cock.
I
There you go.
buy
Look at
that
those
one.
names.
Nice.
Just, wow, just no.
Yes.
Just no. Oh, that actually
I've seen
remind
that one.
that the one before actually just reminded me of something. The other day when I was on stream with Chesh,
Uh-oh.
when we went off air, or it might have been towards, it was after we went off air. She decided to move the camera to show Puck because of the video quality and the color of the flooring and the way Puck was laying down. It looked like something else.
You're supposed to say Canada on her shirt, but the way it's cut off.
And the way the hair's falling, yeah.
Yep.
I'm Miami.
It's supposed to be I love, you can't.
Why would you do a red heart on a red shirt?
I'm trying to figure this one out.
No.
It's supposed to be bloomers, well, give the appearance of a dress while having the comfort and protection
pant.
of shorts.
Shorts,
Yeah.
Not quite a skirt.
Nice.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect placement.
Honestly, like, I would buy those. That's hilarious.
Oh,
Is it the front or the back?
that is the front. And,
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
That's great. Again, I would buy that dress.
I just.
Yeah, that's
huh?
tragic.
It's supposed to be two dogs, I think, and the way the
Yeah.
ears are. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody didn't think about that one, huh?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Look at-
That's great. That's supposed to be the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
the
fantastic.
stream is being taken off air in 5, 4.
Right.
Whoops.
I don't see.
Oh, it's Eeyore.
Yeah, it's Eeyore.
But the way the fabric came together, the
Oh.
your butt crack.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Accidental attire. Yeah, it's like see-through.
Yeah, that's again, that's tragic.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually seen that show up a few times. Like, it's like, really?
What?
Paperclip?
It's a safety pin.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
Yes.
Because it looks like
just
very,
no.
very.
Oh, come on.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what they're supposed to say, but the way they, no.
Oh no. No. You want some other good ones to see, especially so I know which player that is supposed to be the name of. Fukudome.
Fukudome.
Yeah, who came up with this outfit?
Yeah, that's tragic.
There you go. Summer, here's your summer dress.
Oh, there you go. I love that it says Polly on there.
Bad placement.
No, it's perfect placement.
Bad jacket.
Again, another one. They didn't learn from the Chinese, apparently. That's funny.
Someone can't count.
Somebody can't count.
Oh wow.
Uh,
3 seconds seems a little bit long for that person, and
oh, that was mismanufactured.
Yeah, but I kind of like it, so I would buy it because it's funny.
You like the oddities. I will give you
I
that.
do.
You like the oddities, but at the same time,
Yep. There you go. Now we saw some fashion fails.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm okay with that.
No, you
Yeah.
just want the dick. You just want the dick pants.
Absolutely. I mean,
All
who
of 'em.
doesn't want the dick pants?
well,
Or the pants that are no pants.
Yeah, that too.
Let's say, is Eric
crew-
streaming fight sim? What are we looking at here?
Which version did you pay for there?
Well,
Tech?
this is the premium deluxe.
Oh,
Oh, so you want 120? I see.
How
I've been
much-
debating on whether or not to buy it.
How much smoke is your machine putting out just trying to run it?
Oh, his will run it just fine.
Mine does okay.
I
Mine will be able to handle it for. Real-time flight data from the airports is
well, it's
quite impressive.
it's not
Live weather, live aircraft.
that. Oh, the live ground traffic and the live weather are the two things that really
Yeah.
surprise me.
Oh, what was it?
Sean
People,
just posted a video.
yeah, people were using it to actually chase the hurricane.
Oh, some people
Yeah,
actually
I was
tried flying
into the
in.
hurricane last night. Yeah.
Yeah, people were flying into it. But hang on.
It doesn't accurately do it though.
Aw, that kind of sucks, though.
Yeah, you want to be thrown around so you can crash.
Why else do it? What? I mean, what better way to teach people why certain flights are rerouted if not to giving them that display of, hey, you want to go here? It'll fuck up your day. Don't believe me? Try it.
Sean's going live in like 5 minutes.
What's the topic?
Title is expert screenshot analyzer, huh?
Oh god, someone screwed up again. The idiots just cannot get out of their way. Oh, it's either Flat Earth related or Steve related, and someone missing something blatantly obvious. Kind of like the people who bought into supposedly Steve going to a comment forum for a law firm that specializes in divorce litigation in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What? No.
Posting in such a way that you could tell by the way it was typed, it was not Steve.
Okay.
It's like people don't understand that when you write something, there's a certain tone, a certain voice that each
Yeah.
writer has.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's certain traits that give somebody away.
Oh yeah.
You know what 2020 is missing? Aliens.
I was
Hey,
about ready to say, yeah, it's missing aliens.
hey, the year's not over yet.
Yep.
Hey, I
Mm-hmm.
downloaded. I paid for a VPN called Surfshark. I can watch Doctor Who again.
Ooh.
Wait. But do you really want to?
Hey, I'm still in the Matt Smith era. Things are okay.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
I want to watch.
I love Matt Smith.
I know. I like Matt.
Matt is my favorite doctor.
Here's the thing, the
Eccleston.
Surfshark deal, I paid $47 for 3 years.
Oh nice.
Oh.
Plus, or no, $47 for 2 years plus 3 months, so 2.25 years. And then when it comes back to rebuild me next time, it'll be the same price for the same amount of time.
Oh, so it's a locked-in rate. It doesn't readjust.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep, and you can get up to 15 different Netflix libraries to choose from.
Oh wow.
All right, that's awesome.
It is.
Hang on. Shroomy, are you feeling okay? Or did you just hit your head on the keyboard? Out in the live chat, Shroominati. Sometimes with the favorite space octopi can never be sure.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, so new you've had a wrench on my channel since damn near the beginning. Although that...
Here's part of the reason why I got it, though. Unlimited devices that I can do it with.
Nice.
Nice.
That is always a benefit.
You can even add it to your consoles, your routers and modems.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I
Tempting.
think I hear rain outside.
Yeah, it rained here this morning at around noon for me.
Wait, does that mean you need to go for a run?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, in this time of year, a good run in the rain is actually enjoyable.
Did I even tell you that, or did you hear that vicariously through others?
A little of both.
Let's just say my powers of perception are greater than people think.
I only like running in the rain if I'm wearing a white shirt.
I follow you.
No, not follow. Not follow. Lead
Hey,
while looking back.
Be like,
at some point she'd have to stop, though, and I'd be there for it.
see?
Okay, so this is probably the worst tweet out there that I've seen yet today. Jay from Nevermore Tavern.
Uh-oh.
Gonna watch Schindler's List for the first time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Quote, you're a movie fan and you've never seen Schindler's List? End quote. Shush. Smiley face.
To be fair, Jay from Nevermore Tavern is how old? That's one of those movies that you if you're not of an appropriate age, you are going to have missed it and then got distracted by other things along the way.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
I
crew.
worked at a movie theater when Schindler's List came out, and small town movie theater, reel to reel movies.
Yeah.
And your average movie was like 5 to 7 reels total, and you have to switch them back and forth. Schindler's List was 11.
Oh, wow.
And the third night that I showed it, I accidentally skipped reel number 7.
Whoops.
Not realizing it until we walk out into the lobby and everybody's coming out, and somebody that had literally went to the movie the night before looked at their watch like, we got out 20 minutes earlier tonight. Did it start earlier? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I run back up and start opening all the drawers like, oh, yeah, we skipped reel number 7. Sorry, guys.
How long is each reel, roughly?
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. No, wasn't sure. But still, wow.
I'll be back in a minute. I have a scared child. It's this thunder.
Well, I got some good news today.
Oh, what'd you find out?
I got a job.
Out fucking standing.
Great.
Nice.
$13 an hour starting.
Ooh.
Nice.
See, that's the thing. Good things happen when you get into even close to the proper situation.
Right?
Okay. I'm tempted to be a little bit of the cruel playful right now. All because of Shroomy in the chat, and I see you out there, buddy. It's been a while, but I see you out there. It could be
Uh-oh.
we could make it an interesting night. I have been known to make things a little shall we say competitive. Saddest part is that no one noticed the broken continuity. You know, I remember seeing Schindler's List once.
Oh.
Once. I have not seen it. What?
Hold on.
Oh, okay, so...
Sean's going over something. going over something Unirock was saying about this site here.
Oh, why am I not fucking surprised?
Oh. Wrong one.
Yeah, it kind of helps if you open the right one there.
So you see where this is at?
Yeah, 33.
Unirock has one that says 34 that posted today.
What? I know there's a 34th one coming. But
Here, I'll just pause it here. So you see what he's sharing?
yeah.
Okay.
Order on yeah.
Oh, order on motion for order to show cause and motion to set aside.
Yeah.
The real website.
Yeah.
And here, I'll even refresh it just to make sure that, you know, it's legit. So, gotta go back in. Watch me, McRae. McRae versus Curtis. Dockets. What's missing?
They are really trying to fabricate shit again.
They are.
And
I'm gonna go
Of
back and
course,
watch
because
that
they
later,
can't get
Sean.
anything else.
well, here's the wonderful thing. I know that there is about to be a number 34.
So do I.
And I know what, and we know what's going to be in it. And I tried to tell people the person who was going to bend over Kyle the most in court was going to be Kyle himself.
Oh, but what I was originally sharing before I
Caught that.
Oh well, Sean. Yeah, before I caught that. So we all heard about what Steve was supposedly doing today or the other day, right?
Not earlier today, yeah. 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 So for those who don't know, actually
Here,
Cheshire...
I'll click through to.
Well, yeah, I can give a really high TLDR. Cheshire Vic did a video, did a stream earlier. Whoa. They're coming for you, Nikki. So Cheshire Vic went over reading through this thread on her channel earlier today. Someone, don't know who, someone created an account in the effigy of Steve McRae to post this in the discussion forum of a North Carolina divorce attorney's website.
I remember this now.
You can tell by reading it, it was not typed by Steve. And yet, a good number of the people who have nothing better to do with their lives except fuck with Steve are the only ones commenting in it. Other than a reply by the actual admin who is a employee at the law firm, who actually, without explicitly saying that they sided with Steve being that the service was proper, said that it looks like service was good and everything was done right. No. They ignore that part of it. And just keep trying to spin a narrative. People. Kyle has been recorded admitting to lying, admitting to knowing about the case, admitting to knowing about the case and preparing a response prior to the court date.
Yeah, but people don't pay attention to that. They don't care. They want the bullshit.
Kyle is fucked. And he only has himself to blame. Get the fuck over it.
And just so you can't delete it later. I'm
Oh.
archiving that tweet.
Nice.
Good.
I'm sure somebody else has already tried to do it or whatever, but I'm making sure.
Oh, see, that's another thing. Like, people want to point to people like Steve and Reds and Chesh and me being the ones behind things. No. See, here's the thing. If I'm behind a particular action, you'll know. Because I will admit it. And let's just say, it's going to be interesting here in the next few weeks. Oh, King Crew. Yes. The infamous 95%.
Yeah.
That apparently costs over 100%.
Oh, is that Kyle's dose of heroin's 95% pure? Sorry, I saw it. I had to comment.
Yeah. Oh, listen to this from Fred Knotts. Funnily enough, Jason responded to Sean on Twitter claiming it was a joke. Bull fucking shit. Was that a joke? Anytime.
Wait. Unirock doesn't know how to joke, so.
No. Every time he gets caught with his head up his ass and his hand on his tiny little prick, he says, "Oh, it was just a joke. It was just my opinion. I was just making a funny." No, you were a fucking dumbass, which is why you got butthurt when someone said that you were a dishonorable, dishonest little fuck. But enough about Jason.
Can we go back to what we were trying to talk about earlier?
No.
Or do we gotta wait for Coral?
Well, one, we gotta wait for Coral. Two, a little bit of an aside, but still kind of related. People in the Discord server who've been paying attention have already heard this one. Guess who finally emailed me back earlier this week?
Oh,
Yeah.
would that be the one that wanted to debate me as well?
No, wait. Why would JM Truth want to debate you?
Oh, not that one? Okay.
No. JM Truth finally emailed back, said, "Oh, I don't check this email that often. I check this one much more often," and all he gave was a domain name.
I have him on Skype if you need to.
I will text you the domain name he gave me. Let's see if it's the same email. Because
Okay.
that's just... It would be nice if when he says, "Hey, email me more at this one," if he actually gave what the email was.
Oh yeah.
Because-
I don't have an email. I've just got a Skype name.
Well, if you look in the profile, it should link to an email address. And the
Yeah.
question, well, here's the question: is it a Gmail address or is it something else?
JM Truth Productions.
If that's a display name, then yeah, it's something else because
Yeah, it doesn't have an email address attached to it.
dink, 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 dink.
He's
dink,
active
dink.
right now.
That is the domain name that he gave me with no address in front of it. If you want to say, "Hey, check your Gmail, you were sent the link for this week's episode,"
You want me to shoot him a message?
if you want to, go for it. If you can. Even if it's just to say, "Hey, check your email, your invitation to this week's show is there." Because that could get interesting. Now, I'm reminding everyone, and I'm saying it live, and are you trying to show off your shirt to everyone else, Coral? There is one rule for JM Truth showing up. Those of us who are already here, we are not to bring up Flat Earth. However, if he brings it up, it's fair game.
I got no problem with that.
Because for those who may have missed it earlier, like, oh god, this was months ago now, I actually made the offer to him with the genuine intent of, I think part of why he fell into Flat Earth was because losing that sense of camaraderie and that association that you are pretty much forced into when you're active duty. And he just ended up falling into with the wrong crowd.
Right?
I wouldn't be surprised at that.
So why not give him access to a bunch of people who have similar experiences and knowledge base across different branches who can deal with the bullshit and give him that a similar sense of belonging that he had before, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to start to listen.
And less stupidity.
I'm going to jump out quick and change browsers.
All right. Fred Knotts, is there a way for potential employers to verify military training claims? Potential employers? Tech, you would actually know that more than me, but I would think so.
If they claim any sort of military preference, if it's like federal government or state governments, they have to include their DD-214.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That's a sexy setup, isn't it?
I like the
Nice.
I like the control interfaces, but now imagine those on the flight sim setup that you shared earlier this week in the Discord server, Burns.
Oh yes, that one. I'll have to. It was in. What did I put that in? Basic chat.
I think it was basic, yeah.
Hold on, I'll go find it.
And
I just have an Extreme 3D Logitech Extreme 3D flight yoke
Uh,
and a Cytec throttle quadrant. So
Posted yesterday.
Hashtag Xbox controller.
Yeah. Second, I'll bring her up.
And Anamorphic Mind asks, can we ask him about his time in the Army Reserves? Hey, I let him know that the only thing that I would be saying is off limits is the Flat Earth stuff. And if someone wants to ask him to elaborate on his other experiences and everything, I'm not stopping the question.
I don't think he did any reserve time from my memory.
Is this what you're talking about, Jared?
Yes. Now imagine that, but instead of those controls, the illuminated ones.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun. That would... but the question is, where would I put the tower? Probably... I would actually probably undersling it from one of the two side monitors. But
Yeah, definitely good. There's no cup holder.
Oh, I could change
You can
that.
make one.
I'm sure you could.
Got any spare Zarfs laying around there, Jared?
The only thing that's missing is a steering wheel, though, too.
You mean like on the good old days of the boats?
I wonder if there's a civilian equivalent yoke that would actually give you the same sensation of that. Oh, now here's the question. Imagine if they took like Cold Waters and actually gave you a user interface for controlling your craft with that sort of yoke.
Hold on.
To set your depth and bearing. That would be interesting.
Hold on.
Here you go, Jared.
There's a yoke that one of the YouTubers I follow that does the flight sim. He uses it could probably be used for one of the sub games out there.
Wait. Here's the question. That lower panel. Please tell me it's touchscreen.
Yeah. I would think so. If you want to be able to interact with your rig.
If that is touchscreen, I would be in heaven with that setup.
So you got rudder controls. You got your stick. You got everything there.
Yeah. And it looks like a proper HOTA setup, so hands-on throttle.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that video you're showing here.
I mean, a yoke like this.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are
The
heavy
side
duty.
deck yoke have
that's
a
the one I'm
similar
back-
feel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about for the whole sub thing. Yeah, or at least one similar to it anyway.
So he's reviewing the PC build, and he's like, "Oh, we'll download the flight simulator." It only took 3 hours on his business class internet.
Oh. Oh.
It took me
So
about an
yeah,
hour.
I definitely need a new computer.
Nice.
Oh. Well, then again, kind of have to think about it because. So part of what I did at work today is I was actually preparing a maintainer laptop for one of our clients, and so I had to download and install. Oh, see now you're getting into Wolfie territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the throttle. Those throttle quadrants. I have one of those.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So I had to download a bunch of programs for them to be able to, on their own, interface with archive and reload programs to PLCs, HMIs,
You want one of those?
SSDs, and all of those fun control interfaces. Well, it was my boss who started the process, and then it was like, oh yeah, here, go ahead and finish up. He had it connected to our company's guest Wi-Fi.
Oh, jeez.
One of the downloads was slated to take 3.5 hours.
Oh,
I was like,
that's dedication.
yeah, fuck this. I connected it to our Wi-Fi specifically for the engineering department. That 3 hours, 12 minutes.
Oh, I bet. Oh, there you go. There's another nice setup.
Trying to figure out the aircraft that looks like it might be a Tornado.
Not sure.
Here you go, Jared.
Oh, what do you got?
A response to Steve's tweet.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong if he is, but
Okay. That one was funny. And so, Brennery gets it. All right, now that we're back and the stream has been solid for a bit, and I can actually fucking trust it, even though Coral is still on the phone and missing out.
Shall we go to that tweet thread?
We have.
I've got a stall if you want to wait for her to get back.
Oh, we can try.
Go for it.
The reason I was dipping out is because I'm on a Mac and it's a pain in the ass at times, and different programs don't allow screen sharing, and I had to figure out which one did. I had a child come downstairs scared because we have thunder and lightning right now. My daughter, she's 10, but every once in a while we get thunder and lightning and she gets scared, and I can show you why, as long as it works. Come on, which one? There we go. So this is from about 2 years ago.
Oh, hail.
So that's not big hail, you would say, and you are absolutely correct. But do you notice where that picture is taken?
Inside.
Inside my house at 2 a.m.
Ooh.
So this is the reason why she has a little PTSD when it comes to thunderstorms, and I'll walk through this hailstorm. This is our closet.
Yep.
Window through and through. This is my bedroom, or beside my side of the bed. Didn't go through and through, but you can see the outside's cracked.
Yeah.
Wife's side through and through.
Ooh. Wow.
Car dented to fuck.
Oh, and the windshield's cracked too.
Oh, just wait. There's a second part to this story.
Light.
Wrong way. Come on.
Oh,
So that is my car. I had just paid this car off 2 months earlier, and I thought, why do I need full coverage on a 2011 Ford Fusion?
Ouch.
You forgot
So-
where you were living.
I did. Don't worry, that's the second part of the story. Is the back.
Oh.
This is in June. See the date. It's June 13th, so this happened the morning of June 13th. That's not
Oh.
snow.
That's hail.
It looks like snow. Oh.
That's my wife's car.
Oh.
And the torrential rain came from this direction into the car. So the few times that we did have to drive her car over the next week, because the front window was doable. Anytime you came to a stop, you could feel and hear a whoosh
The slosh.
of the water in the frame.
Oh.
So left window is the wife's, second one's mine, third one is the closet, fourth one was cracked on the frame.
Wow.
There's our fence, because you're mandated if you have a fence, it must be vinyl.
Look at that
Oh,
damage.
one in those areas. Ugh.
Now, I don't have a picture of the siding on my house, but we have like or have like concrete slat siding. Not one bit of damage. Absolutely amazing. There's our pool, deflated.
Oh, wow.
It looks like an A10 flew through here.
Yeah, it definitely looks like you got straight fire.
You got straight firestorm.
Let's see. Again, not snow.
Oh,
Not snow.
Wow.
That's under the windows. You can see the pieces of glass.
Mhm.
Oh.
But that much of it. Oof.
Oh, yeah. We'll go. My wife's rose bush. This is my favorite picture of the whole bunch.
Wow.
Well, it did the doorknob.
That's impressive.
That much force to dent a doorknob. Wow.
When they repaired my house, which was $30,000 in repairs, a lot of which was the roof,
Oh.
I did not let them fix that doorknob. I want that doorknob to stay there, because that is one piece of hail going, fuck you, doorknob. Fuck you.
Wow. And the dogs are playing.
Oh, and the third husky isn't ours. Oh, and this is before Chinook was blind.
Mm.
So the one in the back, that one's the blind one that's blind now.
Aw.
So this is the roof of a camper that we were going to close on that day at 1 o'clock.
Oh.
Oh,
They called me at 9 and said, hey, we had a storm last night. The camper that we put $500 down on, it took a little damage. You can come and take a look at it, and we will offer you a discount. It's like, no.
Right.
Yeah, you can see the plywood underneath it. And we had torrential rain.
So there's all that water
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah,
Yep, it's like that.
the roof is fucked.
first of all, you got to go back and show Coral the doorknob.
Well, let's go back a little further. Just go back a little further. Because, yeah, this was in
This is June.
June.
Gotcha.
This is in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is the reason I just stepped away for a minute, because my daughter came downstairs scared. This storm happened at 2 a.m. We were in the living room listening to glass break upstairs.
Ooh,
So
yeah, that'd
she
be
has
scary.
she has a little bit of PTSD when it comes to storms.
There's a nice car for you.
Oh, there is it. Again, second part to this story. So this is the hailstorm of a century, the first
Right.
one for that summer.
Right.
That's not how math works.
It was a bad year.
Oof.
Again,
Let's
June.
live
take
in
that over
Missouri.
2020.
We get, as I live in Missouri, we get some hailstorms, but damn, I haven't seen one of those that bad in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That doorknob. So yeah, the doorknob. That's just
How does that work?
That was a piece of hail hit it.
How did that work?
Like I said,
When they sideways.
when they repaired my house, I didn't let them repair this doorknob because that is the epitome of this storm. That is one piece of hail going, "Fuck you, doorknob."
Right.
not the door,
No.
not the frame, not
The
the
door.
lock.
Furball,
Absolutely.
Furball, you were correct. It wasn't an actual storm. It was an A-10 flying in with hail bullets.
Just wait. We've already talked about that it looked like a strafing run, and I told you that the siding on my house is concrete slat, no damage. I have one picture of the houses 2 blocks away.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hold on to your stomach for that one. That's the wife's window. This is me driving to get my windows replaced.
Nice.
Because, Coral, you missed it. I had paid this car off 2 months earlier, so why do I need full coverage?
Oh no.
So I spent $500 getting new
Always.
windows.
Mm-hmm.
This is the front of the house, so we got a full new front window there because any of the damage on the trim had to be replaced. How about that?
Oh,
Damn.
Damn.
I need to see what their repair bill was.
There were still houses that looked like this a year later.
Oh.
yeah, because dealing with the insurance claims is a bitch.
And every single house in the community. And these houses were built 2 years before there was a mandated vapor barrier between the siding and the plywood. Because you notice there isn't any.
Well, and even then, if you're getting that sort of damage on the siding, the vapor barrier wouldn't have survived either.
Yeah. So let's see. Repair work, I think. So this happened in June. I left in October, and this got replaced like 2 weeks before I left.
Wow.
The neighbors behind us,
Oh no.
they had just had these installed and hadn't signed the lease for them, so they didn't technically own them yet.
Oh, they fucking dodged a bullet then.
That's great timing.
Oh, did 2 of them survive?
2.
And then a nice picture from the hot tub.
Nice.
So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second, and then I gotta find the second hailstorm. So that was June, and that happened off base. So on base got hit a little bit, but not too crazy. It was mostly in my area of town. Now, these may take a minute to load.
Well, it is a Mac.
Nah, they're in the
Literally
cloud.
Just fell down my shirt.
Second here.
Come on.
Hey, hang on. Here you go, Jared. There is the ultimate simulator.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, for passenger craft, yes. Now imagine a military setup.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. But still, that's a custom build too.
Yeah.
That was just tragic.
Yeah, my photos thing just crashed, so let me open it back up. So, 2 months later, the second hailstorm of the century in one summer. I was at work this time, and it happened at work. At the beginning of the day, my windows were fine. My car was trash.
Oh no.
And everybody else's cars in the parking lot were beautiful.
Were.
Targeting.
I like the choice. I like the choice of wording there.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, please tell me this is mid-storm. Yes. Oh.
Why do I get a feeling that branch is going to snap off?
Now the question is, how many of the mid-tier officers were parked right there?
Oh, that's the commander and the detachment sergeant right there.
Oh,
Two BMWs.
Oh, poor BMWs.
They can afford it.
ooh. Those are good size too.
Right.
Those are almost
It looks like-
stoppable.
Right, I was gonna say it looked like a
Baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, those are.
You could see them going through the sunroofs.
Yeah, I see that. Just watch the windshield just crack and.
Now, my car is in this parking lot. At the beginning of the day, my car looked different than everyone else's. At the end of the day, they all looked the same. So mine is right on the other side of that Audi. You don't see mine.
See, and this is why there are certain parts of the country I will visit. I don't want to live.
This particular video is actually used on several commercials for hail protection programs.
Eh,
Nice.
I made $300 on this video.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait. And what was the deductible for the glass replacement the second time?
Oh, so I paid $500. Here's the story. I paid $500 to get new windows. This is my car at the end of that day. If you did not know, and I think this has changed because of probably this storm.
Oh wow.
If you are at work in the military, or you are at home and you live on base, let's go back to my car. The government views themselves as liable to some degree because they forced you to be there where the catastrophic weather occurred,
nice.
and they will pay your deductible.
Oh, that's
as long as-
fantastic.
Like, if you live off post and you are at the PX, they're not going to pay you. If you're at work, they will. So you need some MP report stating you're either at work or you're at home or something from your commander. So what I did is I put together our duty roster and had my commander sign a memo. The people on this roster were here that day.
Oh, perfect.
So they will pay your deductible. But what if you don't have full coverage? They will pay replacement value.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So, replacement or repair value. So I had to get an estimate for this car. Every single towing agency in the state was booked for like a month. And they were taking them to places that were going to repair the cars. I'm not going to repair this, so I'm not going to pay $150 to tow it somewhere for somebody to give me an estimate, because I needed to prove that the repair cost was more than the value.
Right.
Yeah.
There is just some thunder. I'm waiting for footsteps to come down. So I took pictures of this, emailed it to my hometown auto garage, and he wrote up an estimate to repair the car at $19,000.
Sounds about right.
Which is, it's a $9,000 car.
Right.
So I submitted that paperwork, and 2 days later, I had $9,000 in the bank.
Nice.
And since they're not the insurance company, they don't get to repo it. Then I got to sell it to a scrapyard for $300.
As you should. Nice.
And 2 months later, I went to Korea. So for the last 2 months, we were just a one-car family.
Which can be done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know I've got another one. Yeah, there's the Beamer. This is the commander's car.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's the government cars.
Oh. Were they considered totaled, or did they get them repaired?
I
Repaired.
don't remember, because this had been the second time they'd been repaired, though.
Oh.
So they may have needed to replace them.
Yeah.
There, that's the one I was looking for.
Oh.
Oh, so much for that tonneau cover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I had to dip out a little bit earlier, because my daughter has PTSD from storms.
Makes sense.
Understandable
Yeah.
seeing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Jared, you were asking about a fighter setup?
Yep.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
With an actual, it looks like a sliding seat too.
I've got one more picture I want to show.
Okay, go ahead.
If you thought the doorknob was impressive,
Oh.
Oh,
Got beat.
Oh, you got beat with a hammer.
and
Yes.
that,
Nuts. Like a
and-
ball peen.
and that's one of the strongest parts of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. It's supposed to, right? Because that's the area it's
Yes.
supposed to be.
structural reinforcement. So yeah.
Yeah, the base of the roof support.
Yep.
Eesh.
Wow.
And my wife so badly wants to go back to Colorado. I love it there, but I don't know if I want to go through this again. Oh,
Just make sure you
this
have full
storm
coverage.
this storm did hit my home, where my house was. It didn't hit us as bad. We were supposed to have gotten our roof replaced 3 days before, but
Oh,
they were
no.
delayed. There are people in my neighborhood that got 2 new roofs that summer.
Oh my gosh.
I
Wow.
believe it.
Where are we flying to, Tech?
Wait, Tech. Why are you trying to go into New London?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Are you going to try to strafe the sub base, the lower base?
Oh, please.
Let's see how.
Please.
I'm curious about what it's like there. So. See how they model
It's shit. It sucks.
Well,
Yeah,
I know. I've been there before. Actually, I'm talking about in the thing.
yeah, what they show in the actual game. Because so EB is one of our clients, and my dad finished his career on that base, going between the
Oh,
school
God.
and the IMF.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
So I'm just a little bit familiar with that area.
Rotten.
Yes, thankfully I lived up north of there by a good half hour.
I checked out Pearl the other night, and I wasn't that impressed with it. So.
Mm.
In the game, at least, there's a lot of stuff I think they should have modeled that they didn't have in there.
Can you fly by Epstein's Island and see if there's a bunch of other people there?
Now,
I can't take credit for that. I was asked to say that.
hang on, Furball. At the same time, we don't want Tech to commit suicide.
Remember, Tech's happy. He's not going to commit suicide. Bye, crew.
So, let's see if I have anything good going on in there. And notifications, but oh god, Mirai, what are you?
What now?
Oh. This looks like it's in this thread, but
Okay.
reading a meme that Mirai decided to add into everything. Your basic Antifa warrior isn't too smart, but you can blow off a limb, and it's still 86% combat effective. Here's a tip. Aim for the nerve stem and put it down for good.
Nice.
Hold on. I will see if I can pull that up.
Ah, no, it's in response to my tweet announcing the stream after I created it. There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's the
it's Doogie.
Super Troopers.
There you go.
Starship Troopers.
Which
movie.
we did end up going towards that on a part of an aside of the main thread earlier today. Which there are times that I would not be opposed to stricter limits on who can and cannot vote.
I know this is extremely un-American, but I kind of believe that the average American is too dumb to be able to vote.
Well, like I
Service
replied,
equal citizenship.
There's electric boat over there.
like I said to Dead Kennedy in Space earlier, the individual is smart, people are dumb, and people
Right.
vote for the electorate.
Now there is a catch to that. Where the
It's
hell?
not tall enough.
I don't
I
know.
think-
That sounds scary as hell. You know, like.
It is a submarine.
I listened to a podcast last week. There's some more thunder. I listened to a podcast last week, and that was one of the topics was group mentality, group think type of thing. And yes, it's true. Groups are dumb, but they're also more intelligent, depending on what you do. So one of the examples they gave was in the 1800s, there was like a state farm or state fair, and so they had like, a giant jar of jelly beans or something.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody got within like 100 of how many jelly beans were in the jar. But they had several thousand people vote. And somebody actually took every one of the votes and averaged it out.
And they got
And
close.
the average was within 0.5 of what the jelly beans were.
Wow, that's cool.
So it balances out between the smart people you have as part of the pool and the dumb people you have as part of the pool. So as an aggregate, they can be more intelligent, but that doesn't mean that you get to pick which one of those people that was part of the vote and agree with what that person's saying.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah, and that's where it gets tricky and interesting, because it's like there's so much that is misrepresented, underrepresented, and overrepresented that skew things at the same time. It's like a lot of what's been going on lately. Some people were calling for a particular kid to just be straight brought up on charges of murder because he was defending himself.
Oh, are we talking about the
No.
modern day debates kid?
This kid, which kid are we talking about? Because the one that I'm thinking of drove across state lines with a weapon he shouldn't have drawn, or he should not have had with him when he crossed over state lines to...
If you notice, I did not say he was blameless and did not do anything wrong that did not warrant punishment of any sort. But when you are literally being chased down and having Molotov cocktails thrown at you,
Problem is, before all that happened, he had already shot someone.
Right, he already shot
Right,
people. Like,
But and this is the problem, is there's too many variables with this story to know the whole thing. My understanding is that somebody was reaching to grab the gun from him and did it in such a way that that's why he fired the shot and killed the person.
if he would not have brought the gun there, it would not have happened. He wouldn't even be
Right.
relevant to the protesters. But by him showing up armed, like that is, like that started the. He
Right.
should not be bringing automatic weapons to a protest.
Was it an automatic weapon?
Well, that's semi-automatic, I think.
Bringing a weapon, period, is the
A
first.
weapon, right?
Oh, they
That's
have the
your
Nautilus
first
model.
thing. I think it was a M16 or an AR-15.
I think it was
Here's what I would
AR-15.
Here's what I would ask, though. If you're in a crowd, a protest, riot, whatever you want to describe it as, you're there as a peaceful person, in theory, and you see someone with an AR-15 in today's America shoot at someone, and you have absolutely no idea why they're doing it, is it not a brave act to go after that person to stop them?
Right. That would be my thing. Like,
And
I would
that's
be
why this
inclined
guy got
to at least get that person unarmed and detained. Like,
Right. And that's
and when you-
the thing is, if you're doing anything to threaten somebody that has a gun, their reaction is going to be self-preservation, and is still technically self-defense, even though they might have committed a crime to start with. They still have the right to defend themselves. Now, if the police showed up and were detaining them, and they shot,
No, that's not really how it works.
I actually got to watch out with that for that,
Yeah.
Jay, because
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. I am
in
There's
the
a
just
legal
lot of
sense, it
asterisks.
isn't.
there's a lot of asterisks there. Like,
Oh, that means you can never go after an active shooter because you don't know if they were just killing someone lawfully.
right, and that's one of the things that because for concealed carry permits to get our concealed carry, you have to go through that training. You have to. And it is one of those things that, like, I have concealed carry insurance because there's so many stories of people that there's stories of people who said that they were defending themselves and then they were in a whole host of problems afterwards because they still have to investigate it. So you still get, even if you think that you are justified,
I'm not.
and it might not have been.
It's not an automatic thing.
It's
No, it's
not.
not
Yeah,
an
Yeah,
automatic
there are a lot
And
of legal things that
Yeah.
nullify self-defense
Oh
claims.
yeah, sure.
exactly.
If you initiate
And the-
conflict, it does it. If you're currently in the commission of a crime, it does it.
Right, like that one.
Oh,
Um,
there are
but
there are
also-
people who can who
The fact that they sent him home, though, to go sleep in his bed, is, I think, another reason that a lot of people were pissed. Because if it would have happened to anybody else, they would have been thrown in jail.
Oh yeah. I personally don't think the kid should get off with anything at all. Because, like you said, if he's traveled across state lines, obtained a gun that technically he's not supposed to have because he's underage, and is out there brandishing it to, and this is air quotes here, or attacked businesses that aren't his business to be protecting, that takes away a lot of his abilities for claiming a self-defense argument.
If he had a
However-
concealed pistol and got bashed over the head, pulled it out, and shot someone, and then ran away, and the second guy chased after him thinking he was an active shooter, he would have a lot better case.
Mhm.
But walking around with an AR-15,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that's
It's provocative
that's a
all
more
on its
serious.
own.
Yeah.
It's very much provocative.
I
I
see
mean,
people-
and I wouldn't say that he's asking for it, but he is. He came armed for a confrontation. That's what he want. And if you look at his hateful rhetoric that's all over his social media, that's what he wanted. And he did exactly what he wanted.
And you can take simple acts by bringing an AR-15 and having it strapped on your front that is a provocative act. You can do that with the intent of that. If it was an honest, legitimate protection, it would have been a concealed weapon.
Yep.
Because the mere presence of a firearm, knowing presence, is a provocative act and changes the atmosphere of everything around it.
Now,
Yeah,
now here's where it really gets even more messy and fucked up too. Going with what he was saying on social media and everything before for months before leading up to it. Again, change who it was, you get a different outcome too on that analysis.
Oh yeah. I mean, did you see the types of things like almost immediately after Trayvon Martin was shot? This is someone who was innocent. He was a 17-year-old boy who went to a convenience store and he looked scary, and all he had on him was like an Arizona and some Skittles. And he was portrayed as a weed head and a thug. And he was portrayed as a
by the
Whoa,
other
whoa,
side,
whoa,
he was
whoa,
also
wait, hang on.
portrayed as an 11-year-old.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Coral, part of what the media was showing to characterize Trayvon Martin in a way were images that were multiple years old. So
Yeah, there were images that were being shown on social in the news that were him at like 10 and 11.
But it's like, still, you have a white 17-year-old who's been doing the exact same type thing, but it's racist and bigoted and misogynistic things.
and-
And instead, they're portraying him as a child.
And again, we're agreeing with you that it's a
Right.
fucked up difference between the two. But you
Yeah.
fell into the trope of how they were mischaracterizing Trayvon to make him more angelic than what he actually was.
yeah.
Right.
At the same time.
No,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
about. No, it's about the disparity of how they treat Trayvon versus Kyle.
Coral, I'm generally on your side on a lot of things. I would say that when you say they, you have to be more specific.
Okay, I can
Because-
appreciate that.
Yeah, if you're talking about the conservative media, they portrayed him as a pothead. If you're talking about the more progressive media, they portray him as a 9-year-old.
That
Okay.
Trayvon Martin was 17, not the 9-year-old. That would be Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice was the
Oh,
one that
yeah.
was shot with the toy gun.
No. Trayvon Martin was in Florida, right?
Yeah, Trayvon Martin was the 17-year-old boy who was
They
literally
showed
just.
pictures of him at like 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I hadn't heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the
So-
angelic, he was a great kid, he was an innocent kid images that were shown of Martin. Yeah, multiple years old. And that's where you get a big middle on that one, where the truth is somewhere in between. Because
Yeah.
because
I mean, it's like I think there's also it really does it harms because people want to know the truth of the matter, but
no,
I think that there is a
I disagree with that. I disagree that people want to know the truth of the matter. They want to know what they believe to be the truth to make them comfortable about their view of the situation. On average, in general,
I don't know.
most people don't want to be pissed off because the
Yeah.
truth does not always fall in line with what your conceptions are going into a situation.
But I think most people can agree that most people have something in their past that's shit. I mean, nobody's fucking perfect, and so anybody
Agreed.
can
Stuff
be
in my
portrayed like a shitbag.
No, and agreed. But at the same time, let's look at one a little more recently, where the victim ultimately was not armed. However, they already knew the person's name. They already knew the person's criminal record, which already included violence against police officers. This person was unresponsive to their commands. The person was even ignoring their friends who were also telling him to stop and shut the F up.
And which one is that?
I forget the guy's name, but it was the guy who was reaching into his car.
Oh, Blake.
Oh.
Wasn't
that's
it Blake? Wasn't that the guy's name though? Blake.
Yeah, that's his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, he
It's
had...
not George Floyd. It
No,
was,
no.
No, it was a different
No,
one.
this was just within this past week. The guy had a longer criminal history, which included violence against police officers. He was not responding in a cooperative manner to anyone around him.
But he was literally like, this is the dude that is now paralyzed. The dude was shot in the back 7 times. Like, that's one thing they press into you whenever you're training in law enforcement is you never, never, never shoot anyone in the back. It doesn't matter if they're running away. You don't shoot them in the back.
That's the first I'm hearing that aspect of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was shot in the back
Yeah,
7
Jacob
times.
Blake was
No,
shot
no,
in the
no.
back
I know
7
that.
times.
I know that part. But the whole teaching law enforcement not to shoot someone in the back when they're
No,
when they're
you
running
can't.
away.
Yeah. You're not supposed to.
You're not. I don't think there's any specific training. Not that I have been involved in. It's generally more of
Thank Burns.
Leader Burns.
Hi, Burns.
It's all situational. Is there a risk of death or bodily
Right.
injury to others that you need to stop?
Because because I don't know. Maybe this is just me misremembering my training, but that was something that was pounded into us when we were getting our training, and that was it does not matter. It does not matter. You do not shoot anyone in the back.
So if somebody is running away from you with a rifle towards a crowd, drawing down on the crowd, extreme scenario, but plausible.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, then you'd be able to say he was going to, do it. But we're talking about somebody
that was reaching into an
maybe
area that they could
reaching
not
into-
see,
right.
where there may
Maybe.
have been a weapon, where he
Maybe.
was already been
But that was-
unresponsive. He was
but that was-
already unresponsive to commands. He was unresponsive to even his friends, his
But
associates who were there, with a known history of violence against police officers.
But again,
They know that
another
the police
thing
officers know that.
Yes,
yeah,
When
They-
that-
they-
no,
when they arrived on scene, they knew who he was.
it was a traffic stop initially.
No.
no.
No, it was a domestic violence.
No,
It
it
was
did
domestic
DV.
violence.
DV.
Because the guy
Okay.
came to
And-
try to de-escalate the violence.
Yeah, there were two women fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And he randomly showed up to break it up.
Yep.
So the police had no idea who he was other than he was being belligerent and non-responsive.
Right.
Perfect world scenario, police should not fire until there is a clear and obvious threat,
Exactly.
which
And they
would have
should-
been when he turns around with the gun in his hand. But that's where, in the split second, and I'm absolutely not making an excuse for these police officers,
Yeah.
but it's that split second wrong decision.
But that's why we train for. I mean, that's literally the types of scenarios that you get trained over and over and over again. Is what is in that person's hand. Like you do it over and over again, so that way you don't make that mistake, and you grab your taser instead of your gun.
Well, and
Like that's why the first thing you grab is your taser, not your gun. You're looking
I-
for ways to de-escalate it.
I remember why it was coming to mind now, because there was actually another incident, again, within the last, I think this one was a week before, or maybe even 2 weeks ago now, where it was a traffic stop where the two cops got shot because they waited to actually see the weapon.
What's the right answer?
Yeah, and that's the
right
problem.
answer is to the more moral answer is to wait
Until
you
they're
see,
shot.
until you see what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a risk you take. That's why you wear the
Otherwise-
bulletproof
yeah.
vest, and
If
why
you
you're
don't-
supposed to be keeping yourself covered while you're approaching. I
If
mean,
you go, if the standard's the other way, then that authorizes the shooting of anybody when you don't see their hands and they're being
Exactly.
aggressive.
it's just you have to wait. That is part of your training, is to wait and see what they have in their hands, because it does happen a lot that it's a phone or it's a wallet or it's a toy or it's something else. It's something that gets ingrained in you when you're training.
Have you seen the video of the guy that was shot at his apartment doorstep? I don't remember when it happened.
I don't
It's-
recall that one.
So what had happened is domestic violence call that apparently wasn't domestic violence. According to the girlfriend, they were playing video games and just being loud and ruckus.
Oh,
The person
okay.
upstairs
Which
called
can
them in
happen.
already. Yep, and law enforcement didn't show up. So when the guy upstairs called again, yes, okay, does it sound like anyone's in trouble? Yes. Does it sound like anyone's in distress? Yes. And he answered yes, and he literally told them, I'm going to say yes to every question you ask that will get cops here quicker. That's how he briefed it to 911.
Yeah.
Two cops show up, and the video is you're looking kind of like at a 45 to the apartment door. One cop on the right side of the apartment door, one cop with a flashlight greeting. Knock, guy comes out. He'd had somebody knocking on his door or trying to get into his apartment at 1 a.m. the previous 2 nights.
Oh my god.
Probably
yeah.
this guy upstairs.
Mhm.
No. So this is, well, it could have been.
That's why I
So
said
what does he
probably.
He shows up at the door with a gun
Right.
because it's 10:30 at night and
Right.
somebody's knocking on his door.
Right.
So he opens the door, he's got a gun in his hand, and the way the video is, he's got it by his side. He sees that it's a cop. He's literally going down to his knees, putting the gun behind his back like that, and that dude shoots him
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right in the back.
Yeah. It's just, and yet you see, it's just, yeah. I mean,
There was a gun
it's-
there. The gun was there. It
It-
wasn't presented though.
Right. That's the difference when you're looking at, are you de-escalating the situation, or are you because you're not supposed to rely on your emotions, right? It's a stressful situation. Yes, you don't want to be shot. You have self-preservation, but part of the job is to literally put that shit aside and make a try to make a critical thinking decision at that moment.
New call, new situation, leave all the other shit at the last one.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, because you just never know what that is, what that other is, because it could be a toy, and when you're running through these different neighborhoods and stuff like that, like that was a very, very common scenario when you're going through your training is running through regular neighborhoods, and kids are playing in the back, and they don't know that you're chasing after somebody, and then all of a sudden they jump out and they got a BB gun there. You have a split-second decision: do you shoot or not?
That's actually that's actually why back in the early 90s, if I remember right, is when it happened. They actually made the change to where all toy firearm-like things had to have the orange cone on the orange tip.
Yeah. Like, and when I grew up as a kid, I wasn't allowed guns. My parents would not allow any guns in the house at all. No toy guns, and I really, really wanted them, so I just grew up and played with them when I was old enough.
I have some Transformers that are technically illegal because of that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the original Megatron ones.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Right.
new ones.
Oh, the new one. Ooh.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Well, let's let him land on the highway first.
Right?
Hey, Jared. I've got that video pulled up. I've got it paused. Can I show this to you just to make sure that you're not worried about demonetization?
Well, hang on. Let's make it a little easier, because see, I can just do that and make it so the public can't see it right now.
Hey, move
Perfect.
out of the way.
You know what? I thought that's what you were doing, Eric.
So this
That-
is
that
the
car was
moment
driving the
before the
wrong
guy
direction.
gets shot.
Yeah,
Those
well,
cars are going the wrong way.
and this end, it's difficult to make much of it. Okay, now I can make out a bit of his body, but yeah, it's...
Here, I'll hit play.
The frame rate is terrible.
Well, it's a body cam.
Yep.
They're not meant to be that.
Yeah. Well, that, and they blurred out the
Oh, yeah.
obvious bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
like-
that's one of those where by the training, technically,
Yep.
the cops did what they were trained to do, but it wasn't fitting for the situation because
You're
the
not
gun.
trained to shoot when you
Yeah,
see a gun.
Yeah, you're
trained to
not.
shoot when the
You're
weapon
trained
is-
to de-escalate. The goal is to, even if you see someone with a weapon, is to get them to put it down. Like,
Yeah, right now that weapon is not a threat. At no point during this interaction was the weapon a threat to anyone. It could immediately become a threat
yes.
Yeah.
within
And-
short time.
Yeah, like, and that's where it really is a tough situation because you have that split second, and not even a second difference between. And like I was saying, you have instances like that where you can look at it and say justifiably the cops reacted too quickly, but then you have another situation where the cops reacted by the training and waiting, and they were severely injured, and the perp got away.
But the thing is like, which is worse? You know, accidentally shooting an innocent person or not shooting someone that is a threat.
It's tough to rationally
think it's that
quantify
tall.
between innocents being shot on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
I mean,
measure the
yeah.
difference between innocents being injured on either side?
When
I would say
you
that
take
the
up
difference
that
is-
job, you know those risks. You put on that bulletproof vest. You know that there's a chance that you may, in fact, get shot. that is a risk that you're willing to take to protect your city.
And with that logic, if you get severely injured in a car injury, no one should really feel bad because that's the risk you take by going
There's
through
a
the process.
difference.
There's a difference. It's not feeling bad for you. Yes, you can feel bad for them.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a risk that you take. That it's a calculated risk.
It's your job.
Yeah, getting into a car, you accept the risk of getting injured. That plain and simple.
Oh yeah, I see. I knew it was a Megatron one.
Yeah, every act we do, there's a calculation of what the risk level is and what the worst case scenario for it is. With these shooting incidents, I would say that the biggest difference between the two innocence possibilities is that with an innocent citizen being shot, they did not intentionally and willingly place themselves into a situation that was dangerous.
Exactly.
Law enforcement accept that and do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you don't feel pity for them.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely
exactly. Like, and if you have somebody who is going through the proper de-escalation and and maybe let's say they did everything by the book and it was still wrong, they're still morally in the right versus the one that did not go by the book and shot someone, even if that person does, like, quote, deserved it because they were a threat. There's a difference.
It's the same as would be similar to saying that doctors don't deserve pity if they get sick on the job. No, it's part of the risk of the job. They deserve our admiration for accepting that risk.
Exactly. That was part of, that is absolutely the part that should be highlighted. Like, I am a huge fan of law enforcement, and obviously because I have so many people within my family that have done law enforcement, both in the military and out. So it is something that I have great admiration for. But I like the ones that aren't corrupt. I want the ones that are. I wanted, like, I just want them to have more training. The amount of training that they have is ridiculously low. They should be training every month, if not more than that. And there should be a thing both with the law enforcement and within the community on training on de-escalating threat situations. It would be helpful on both in the community and with the law enforcement, because it's too often that the immediate response is, oh shit, shoot, like that. And it's like, dude, no, that's not part of the training. The reason why you go there and you do it over and over and over again is so that you do take the half a second longer to actually assess what you're seeing. Like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Okay, now I got to make my choice.
And fuck it, let's just replace them with droids.
I mean,
Yeah, that didn't turn out too well with RoboCop.
Right, but also, like, look at all the...
Those were cyborgs, not droids.
I was going to say not about RoboCop, but, I mean, how many times have you been doing, like, one of those CAPTCHA things? You know, point out how many are actual, like, light poles or whatever, like the street lights. And they can't figure that shit out. Like... So we're still right. We're still some years off before we can we'll give them the go ahead on that. When they can figure out which ones are the street lights, then we'll be fucked.
Well, and as long as they're not programmed to say Roger, Roger, then we're good.
Warning, Will Robinson. Warning, Will Robinson. Warning.
Are you telling me, Jared, I have to go get the Roger
Robinson, danger?
No. Come on.
What was that, Jay?
So do I need to go make a sound clip of the Roger Roger for you?
No.
This is the way.
See that
This is the way.
that one's acceptable because it's actually from a good series.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Which Jay,
Yeah.
holiday weekend off, so not next Saturday, the Saturday after.
Okay.
Not sure of the time just yet. It might be another late night because, come to find out, I found why the potential special guest last week was unavailable.
Oh.
He was in a Twitter timeout.
That doesn't shock me, though. I'm just saying.
It doesn't surprise me either.
You know, the sad thing is, I have tried on several occasions to get a Twitter timeout. Like, I actually tried, and I never get one. And yet, some of the people that I follow, and granted, some of them aren't known entities, they even just tweet something innocuous, like, I had a tuna sandwich, and then bam, Twitter timeout.
I mean, Seth Andrews got a Twitter timeout because he posted a crucifix.
Under what context?
Oh, let me see if I can find it. It was really funny.
Because just posting a crucifix alone, why do you get put in timeout for that?
And this is why I don't do much on Twitter.
Oh, Twitter is a fucking cesspool, but you know what? Every now and then, it has its comedy moments.
Hey, you got to admit that me playing with my cock this afternoon got really fucking entertaining.
Yeah, it's just a shame I was dealing with other shit and didn't get to read it as it was happening.
Oh, that was epic. God's Auditor, he hit that one out of the park.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
So the last 2 days, it's been Chess blowing up Twitter with hashtag Steve's fault or other odds and ends, and then the last 2 days, it's been.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Well, you have to admit, it is rather fun and comical to blame Steve for everything.
Because I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, because it was like, I want to say it was like last year that it happened. And he had posted about, it was a picture of a crucifix. And he made like some smart aleck response, and it immediately got him in Twitter jail. Let's see if I can find it.
Jared.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the thread. Is just as they were posting it, I was actually busy with stuff at work and couldn't join in.
Oh, here's one that I actually missed in the thread.
That was a good thread. About the hoses? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'm gonna have to watch this one later.
Yes. Because there's a couple possibilities on where those comments came from. And there is a person who came into a prior live chat of Chesh's and admitted to having no less than 24 different accounts because I always get banned when I'm talking to Flurfs in their live chat.
So in case you guys didn't see what I posted earlier, the King of Wakanda has passed. Chadwick Boseman.
Oh.
He lost his battle with cancer.
I was unaware he even had cancer.
Yeah, he's been battling it since 2016.
But
and of course, my Chrome is now deciding to be a pain in the ass and not respond, so I may or may end up dropping out.
It's given moment. But see, and here's the thing. I generally don't care what an actor or actress does off screen. At all. Like, I don't care who they're in a romantic relationship with. I don't care what personal ills that they have going on, as long as they're getting help for whatever they need to get help with, which if you're an aspiring actor or actress or whatever you want to call it, a thespian, and don't already have a psychiatrist and psychologist on speed dial, you're behind the curve.
Yep. So here's the statement that was put out on his Twitter page through his family. It is with immeasurable grief that we confirm the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and has battled these last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all and brought you many of the films you have come to love so much. From Marshall to Da 5 Bloods, Austin Wilson's Maz, Rainey's Black Bottom, and several more. All were filmed during and between these countless surgeries and chemotherapies. It is...
And that's where we lost him. Oh, I forgot he was in 42.
Yeah, my as I mentioned earlier, my great grandmother passed away earlier today. So we just found out she was 97. We were joking that she was a feisty 97, and yeah, she would have kept you on your toes. She was funny.
Well, to get to that stage of life, you have to have a particular, not just zest, but also fire in order to actually get to that point. And when
she was.
Well, and also, someone of that age, they were alive for the early stages of automobiles, where even until she was into her early teens, a lot of people were still using horse and carriage to get around. And now look at what your average travel is like.
And I used to talk, that was actually one of my...
horse and carriage as a kid.
What was that?
My children still think that I was in a horse and carriage as a kid.
Did they have cars when you were little, Daddy?
Yes.
They didn't have seatbelts, but they had cars.
But I mean,
that is true.
So she was 97, and yeah. So I did the math real quick. That means she would have been born in 1923.
Yeah.
So that's right there during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
We have and one of my favorite topics that I used to ask her about was always about the different technologies, about watching certain things be created, and especially how much it exploded in the last 20 years. And the last year, of course, she didn't quite have her wits with her, but she was a gossiper too, because she loved to know what the family, what was going on with the family, and she'll tell you exactly what is going on. And but yeah, that was my favorite thing to talk with her about, was about the different technologies and how life was so much different back in the 1900s versus nowadays. Aww.
Oh, to pupper.
You.
Scout is so freaking pampered, but isn't showing to be spoiled, which is an amazing thing.
Well, he knows how to do it right, that's for sure.
We're going to be working on this weekend. It's lots and lots of work, but I don't know. Can you see that?
Oh, the bunny.
Yes, Miss Floofer. She's a very floofy girl. She's actually about 4 pounds. But with all that hair, she looks like she's 10 pounds. But yeah, it'll probably take anywhere between 4 and 8 hours to shave her down.
Wow.
Just depends.
Well, yeah, because a coat that long, that thick, who knows what's going to be underneath.
Yeah, I mean, we try to do. She gets daily grooms, but it's impossible. So we try to shave her down every 3 or 4 months. We try to shave her down and start over. Oh. Do.
Yeah, mine are too big for that.
Yeah. Let's say. Oh, he just ran it.
Come here,
Fine.
smack.
Yeah, he literally just ran right into this. Come here, honey. Come
Oh God,
What?
that face.
on. Oh, Jojo. Here's my puppy.
No.
My blind dog. He can't see nothing.
Which one is?
Oh
Is
God.
it now?
He has no eyeballs. He doesn't have no eyeballs. Hi. What you doing? Huh?
Yay! But so even with everything going on, getting back to the better point, I do apologize for the feistiness earlier. It was it wasn't
Were
your.
you in a mood, Jared?
Where?
That is one way to put it.
I told you how yours my requirements for the apology.
Hey, and what did I show you right when you came in?
Well,
I don't want to know. I really don't want to
No,
know.
no,
Don't wanna know.
no, Furball, you don't, because
no.
I even told Burns, look away. You're not going to want to see this. Look
Yeah.
away.
It was a pretty impressive collection.
But I will say I have been getting, I guess you could call it annoyed with certain aspects of it, and
Yeah.
also trying to being clear and precise in the communication, because a lot of what I see as a root problem right now is major failings in communication and understanding. I think part of why the political landscape has gone the way it has is because for the better part of it, the people being elected into office stopped giving a fuck about listening to the other side at all.
Sure.
Well, that's because you can't get elected if you say you're going to work with the other side.
Right.
Right.
If you do, then you're seen as weak, right?
mean-
Compromise for the weak.
Very
Here's the thing.
polarized.
Gotta be a bully.
All of us here would probably agree that we would be better served if we had politicians that worked together
Yes.
to solve these issues,
Mhm.
regardless of what our political leanings are.
Yeah.
I have a proposed solution to this, and it would never happen.
Service
in Europe-
guarantee citizenship?
Don't get me excited. In Europe, they generally don't have the hardcore two-party system.
Yeah.
It is multi-party, and no one party in most countries has the ability to completely overrule all of the other parties. And by not having that 50%, that requires them to work with someone else. No one ever has enough to do all of it. So we don't live in that society. In America, we have two parties. One of them has over 50%. One of them has under 50%. There's no way we're going to get that mandatory bipartisan cooperation.
No.
I think that no bill should be able to be passed in Congress without a 70% vote.
And it would
Because-
go nowhere.
Because no party will ever have 70% of the senators or in the House.
Yeah.
And for 2 years, not a damn thing would get passed.
Nope.
But eventually, it would force them to work together.
It really would. It would. It really would, because I mean, even now. Don't shoot!
After a lot of transform.
That whole time.
I was gonna say, like, was somebody timing that shit? Like, I've been working on that for a while. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I think there needs to be some kind of forcing mechanism to mandate cooperation, but there isn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way you would ever get something like that passed now. Even back when we still had them working together somewhat, you would never have gotten something like that passed.
Yeah, because there wasn't the need then, because they were still working together. And that, well, and here's my view on why I don't see it being able to happen is because, like you said, the people who would advocate for it and be willing to push it and to get it to have traction, they're not going to get elected because they're not going to be seen as that, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I only want you to do what's in my best interest, because as the society outside of politics has gotten very, very nice.
Oh my gosh.
Have gotten to be so damn polarized and selfish that they themselves have a hell of a time compromising.
But also another issue is that the people that they're paying attention to is not the people, because it's the special interest groups and stuff, the lobbyists that.
I saw a meme a couple days ago that said when a billionaire dies, who inherits their senators?
Yeah.
We laugh, but seriously, who does?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. I've said this part for the longest fucking time. Get the money out of fucking politics.
Mm-hmm.
Outright. Get the money out of campaigning. That is.
If you can figure out how to get that out, it would make a big. But you're still going to have the same problems that we have with like the lobbyists with like big agriculture, and the dairy industry, and big tobacco, and big pharma. Like they're still going to work for their interests, because they are the ones that have the multi-million dollars to put into making sure that they get their bill passed. And if they have to do it through media campaigns or whatever, they're going to spend the money to make it happen.
But if they're not able to give that money directly or through back channels directly to the politician, to the candidate themselves, where does that money need to go then for them to get the message across?
Well, I mean, that's why we see all of the whining and dining and stuff like that. I mean, they might not be giving it directly to.
Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. Hey, Furball, if someone is to pay for your meal that they have a political affiliation with or a corporate affiliation with, and the meal is over what is it, $50? Do you have to report it or not?
See, no, I haven't.
Yes,
I've never done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would. I've never done meals. Mostly, it's gifts that we get talked about.
Which meals fall under that because it is something with a financial value to it.
Yeah.
Gifts are $200. Well, for senior level officials and for people who are interacting with other governments, it's $200. So if you are given a gift that is under $200, you have every right to keep it. If it is over $200, then you have to literally give the gift to the policy department, write up where it came from, and then they make the decision of whether it goes back to you or whether it goes to a museum somewhere.
Yeah. I was gonna
It
say
never
we
goes
have
to the museum.
something. Yeah, we have something similar in the financial industry as well. That if it's over a certain amount, I want to say it's like $50, then you have to. And what it has to do with is whether or not there is a political association with a foreign government or something along those lines. You have to report certain things. Like it's the same type of rules that we're forced to take off a minimum amount of time. Like I am forced to take off 5 days off in a row all at once. And the reason why is to try to they're trying to counter money laundering and things like that. So by making people take off 5 days in a row, you're making it so that somebody else has to know your job, and then it's less likely for that to happen. Well, it's the same thing with gifts, and that goes gifts of things, and yes, like buying of, you're still supposed to report certain things. Like if you say head up, just for an example, the appraisal department, and you're whining and dining the appraisers, well then you could actually get in a lot of trouble for doing that, but also for the if you're accepting gifts from them and stuff like that, then that can be something that's brought up with the CFPB or whatever. So we have something like that in the financial industry, but it does matter whether or not it gets reported. Like you're supposed to report it.
Yeah.
Whether or not people do.
Well,
something else.
And that's the thing is, and if a whistleblower notices it, reports it, and it's found out that you were not reporting what you were supposed to, you are in big trouble. And the reason why I know about it more intimately, I was vaguely familiar with it while I was active duty because we were aviation, which is a big target segment of the military for big business. But when I got out,
contractors, that's they're big though.
And that's what I was. And with my second company, when I got out, we were on a government contract and we had buku oversight because our contract was straight with the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
And so it's not that it is not impossible.
That's true.
To control and get the monetary influences out. But when you have people like AOC say, I need this raise and I'm not even through a full year in the Congress, but we need to vote for this raise because if you don't, we're going to find the money other ways.
I'd never heard her say that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, so I feel completely...
Within her first year, she was an advocate for the proposed congressional pay raise that was being touted at the time. It ended up failing, but her justification, simplified, broke down to, if this isn't voted in, the Congress will find other ways to make the money.
Okay, so this is June 11th, 2019. In a rare instance of bipartisan agreement, both Democrats and Republican leadership think members of Congress should get a raise. But Democratic leaders were forced to remove the pay hike from a bill, big spending bill, Congress is set to vote on this week after a host of swing district Democrats revolted against the measure. Nobody wants to vote to give themselves a raise. There's nothing good about that. Katie Hill, but she resigned, didn't she? She's the one that had the naked pictures.
But keep in mind, this is 19 years saying this. Couple years before is when AOC was saying this. It was
this is it. This is part of it. So AOC on Tuesday made her case on Twitter for a congressional salary hike. The New York progressive, who campaigned on raising minimum wage, said denying lawmakers a raise incentivizes self-dealing. She pointed to the GOP's massive 2017 tax cut as an example of legislative looting. designed to benefit members of Congress and the wealthy. So basically, give us a pay raise or we will give ourselves a tax cut.
Interesting.
Voting against cost of living increases for members of Congress may sound nice, but doing so only increases pressure on them to keep dark money loopholes open. This makes campaign finance reform harder. I can get her point. Doesn't mean I agree with it. I understand. I recognize the intent.
Yeah. I guess I could see. I don't know. Like.
We're talking about AOC again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are trying to determine the. I don't know.
Later, Nikki.
I much.
She's generally right, but however, the problem with it though is that
Later, guys.
they're going to do it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not okay with that, but it's like I understand what she's trying to say there. You know, it's like
You know, we've been talking about different solutions to all the problems in Congress and in DC. I have a perfect solution.
oh,
Hey,
I'm ready.
Jake.
What is it?
Jay, can you pull up that nuke simulator?
I was going to ask you, do you want to hit the do you want to hit
Give me a
the
minute.
purge button? Is it time? Is it time for Exterminatus? I've called for it before.
Welcome to the first annual Politicians Hunger Games. Wall off DC and make them go at each other.
I mean, technically, isn't that what was happening last night? They basically did
That
a
wasn't
super spreader event.
I want
They're
politician
basically-
on politician, though, not
Yeah.
citizen
Oh.
on politician.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, what type of missile are we going for today? And hold on, just let me.
Let's go tactical. Let's just keep it confined to the greater DC area where they live and work.
How about
Yeah,
a
let's
crude
keep the
nuclear
fallout
terrorist
away
weapon?
from Dumfries.
Wouldn't it be either just like when Congress is in, really you don't really need a nuke. When Congress is in session, a tomahawk, take care of the problem.
No. Taco Bell. It'll knock them out for like 2 days. Just give all of the Congress Taco Bell.
No, I like that
Temporary
idea.
solution.
I like that idea right there. Doesn't need to be terribly big, but it sends the message
Does that
effectively.
get all of the... You might need to go a little bit bigger because you're missing some of the executive buildings.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
does
Remember,
it
they don't
all
work
say
in
all?
the Capitol.
Hang on, Furball. This is where timing comes into play.
Gotta call him into session.
State of the Union.
Ah, there you go.
Should we really be broadcasting right now?
I know. I'm sure on the
Oh,
list.
I've
We've
been
been on the list for a while.
I've been on the list for going on 20 years. Might as well update it.
All right, here.
And
we'll
for
go
the
with
record, I do not condone nuking of the Capitol. I'm just saying.
Is that better, Furball?
That'll do.
Oh, I don't know.
Washington
You're getting
Monument,
Chinatown, and I'm hungry, so I think you need to go a little.
I mean, I'm covering a little bit of the White House too for you there, Coral.
Yeah, that's true. Which I do
Washington
appreciate.
Monument's good. The reflecting pond. Yeah, I think that'll do.
The important stuff.
This area is just like, you're going to be inconvenienced a bit. That's about it.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing. A lot of people put a little too much into the actual power of the administrative branch.
Well, it's like I said, how much of the power the executive branch has now is because Congress just didn't want to do it.
Have you guys seen the show Designated Survivor?
Yeah.
I have not watched it yet.
No.
So good.
I've watched like half of the first season.
Oh, no.
It's good.
I liked it.
No, you guys want a good show to watch that's really off the wall, but in a good way, that I've come
Yes.
across recently? What We Do in the Shadows.
heard about that.
Oh,
It is.
Okay.
It normally
intrigued.
airs on FX. It is a very adult, documentary-esque sitcom. What if vampires were real?
Oh, okay. I've seen those commercials. That actually looks stupid.
It is fucking hilarious.
That looks stupid.
Oh no, it is fucking hilarious.
Here you go, Coral. Is this better?
It looks better for Coral.
Yeah, I think that I would concur. That would be much better. I'm okay
Jared,
with
you
this.
mentioned
I
that
approve this method.
people.
I've got a raging clue in a particular direction.
$1 million.
Jared, you mentioned that people overestimate the power of the executive. Did you know that there is somebody who lays a claim to being president for one day?
Okay.
Kind of, but not quite. So the I got, where is it? Wikiwords. So it is the Presidential Succession Act. Basically, what came up. It's been in effect since the 1700s, but it's been revised multiple times of the order of succession.
Mhm.
And basically, what it says is that upon death, or expiration of office. So, if a president is not sworn in on the day of the prior president's expiration of office, there's an order of succession. And in 1849, Millard Fillmore was supposed to be sworn into office, and the swearing-in day was on a Sunday.
Well, it's
The
Sunday.
prior president, so the prior president, his expired on Monday, Polk, and Fillmore did not want to be sworn in on Sunday, so he was sworn in on Monday. So the argument is that the president pro tem, who at the time was David Rice Atchison, assumed the role of president on Sunday at the moment of Polk's expiration. And he was president until noon the next day when Fillmore was sworn in. The problem is, though, Congress expired at the same time and hadn't been sworn in.
So he was the only one in power, technically.
He would have been, but he wasn't the president pro tem that day. Because his term had expired.
Right.
But it is on his gravestone. It's on his gravestone, President of the United States for one day. So that raises into question, if there are contentions over the current election, on January 19th, one term will expire. And if somebody else isn't sworn in, it still expires.
Yep.
That's true.
And do you know who becomes president?
Pelosi?
Yep.
Yeah, Speaker.
If she's Speaker of the House at the time.
Correct. Whoever, the Speaker of the House, as long as they are sworn in as the Speaker, they will be technically the president.
This'll.
And they don't even need to be sworn in. They
if
just become. I mean, they will be sworn in, but it is in the act that you become president.
It falls to her if Congress is actually sworn in and like their election goes through.
Yeah.
If theirs doesn't,
it
falls to the president pro tem or Senate, who will be Patrick Leahy at the time. It's Chuck Grassley right now, but if all the Senate seats expire, the Democrats have a majority, making Patrick Leahy president pro tem.
So it looks like January 3rd is the day that Congress convenes.
Right.
Yeah, so we
get-
should have it by the 19th.
Yeah, so this is where it'll... As if the 2020 elections and calendar year needed anything else to spice it up.
I know, right? We're already paying attention to October 6th, right? October 6th. That will be I think that's the date that they're saying that if anybody got sick from this RNC convention, that would be when we would see the first deaths. About then.
I'm all for dark and macabre, but even that's a bit much for me, because you know there are people out there who are at the extremes that are twisted enough to be waiting for it so they could go, ha! See? I told you!
But it's inevitable. Did you see how close the people were sitting next to each other? I mean, freaking Mark Meadows was literally kissing people on the cheeks and giving people handshakes. And
I swear you're about to say hand job.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I cannot confirm nor deny that Mark Meadows does that, but to each their own. We don't kink shame here.
No, we do not.
Right.
Hello.
Hi, Karis.
I know my sister-in-law wasn't very happy with the RNC convention. So.
Oh my gosh. Like, I literally watched a video of Rudy Giuliani going like this, right? Sweating his ass off because it's fucking hot and humid, and we understand that. But he's sweating his ass off, right? He takes his handkerchief, puts it on his lap, puts his hand on top of the handkerchief, pats it a few times, and then pats the woman next to him on the arm. The same hand that was just patting his handkerchief on her arm. Like,
no one ever said you had to be smart to get elected.
That's true. But I'm just saying, if it would be
No, we
highly
did not.
unlikely somebody did not have at that whole group of thousands of people that didn't have, like, I mean, somebody had to have had COVID there. And
I
they
used to
were
like
not.
Giuliani.
I did too. Honestly, like,
I don't know what the hell happened to him.
right after September 11th, I thought for sure that he was going to run for president. And I probably would have been like, there touting him. I'm like,
America's mayor.
yeah, I was just like, and then I was just like, what happened to him?
He wasn't towing the party line enough, so they kind of pushed him aside. That's what it was, is because right after that, they were grooming him and getting him set up for an actual presidential run.
Yeah.
But he from what I recall, he kind of put the brakes on it a bit, because that sort of position, that the intensity that goes into it, it really messes with your homework life balance. And that is actually important to some people. It's one of the reasons why I don't want an office like that, because, sorry, I like my time away from you fuckers.
You know, I've always heard that if you're really shitty at doing your own family history and genealogy, just run for office. Other people will do it for you.
That's brilliant.
I've got two relatives who hobbies genealogy.
That's funny.
And one of the big discussions when my pop-up passed away was who was going to get all of his genealogy records that he had been collecting over the years.
I think genealogy is freaking interesting as hell, and I love it. But like all of these like entertainment DNA kit things is creepy AF, and I don't want nobody to have my genetic information, but I wish that there wasn't.
Sons of the American Revolution.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. I did family history, God, this was like 7 years ago. No, I'm sorry, I apologize, there's a date on here. I'm old. 10 years ago.
Wow.
And if you're able to, if you're able to directly connect yourself to anyone you can prove is a soldier from the Revolutionary War, you can apply to be a member.
Oh, that's
Sorry, I had
awesome.
to laugh. I'm a millennial.
I've considered it. One of my
That's really-
ancestors was at the Battle of New York during the Revolution. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
The only lineage that I know of, I actually have very, very funny, what would you say? Not ironic, but coincidentally, it's very interesting because I'm actually related to, on one side of my family, we have the Surratts, and on the other side, we have the Booths. So I'm actually in the lineage of both.
I'm in the family of Florence Nightingale. Yay me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't.
You seem somewhat unenthused.
I have a
about
university that I'm not connected to.
that. I don't think you're allowed to go sightseeing like that over there, Tech.
I have a feeling they would frown upon it.
Right.
Microsoft Flight Sim, one of the only places you can now fly right over the Pentagon.
I landed at Area 51 the other day.
Nice. Are you gonna do a Naruto run there?
Oh, wow.
He doesn't need to. He's got a plane.
You know, I will admit, that was something that was so underwhelming.
What the hell?
That doesn't look like the Washington Monument.
Yeah, I know. They do okay
Was
with some
that
stuff.
during the
There's other
refurbish?
stuff. It's like, what the heck?
No, that looked like an actual skyscraper, not the monument.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Someone
It's
found a
right over
house
my house.
earlier where they put the information incorrect in, where it was like this little 2-story house, but they put it in as 212 stories.
Oh, how funny.
This is a really tall building.
Yeah, that's a bit of
I'm
an
half
oops.
tempted to see if I can guide you to my house.
Well, it's
Come pick 'em up.
supposed to be hyper accurate enough that you probably
They didn't
could.
do very good with Washington D.C. Because look at that. That should be the Capitol building.
Yeah, you're missing a few floors there.
The Pentagon looked okay.
I mean, at least get the iconic buildings.
Right?
Wait, and you paid how much for this?
An amount he's not willing to say.
About $120.
Yeah, about 120.
Yeah, well, but for what you're getting, who did Microsoft employ to do some of these graphics? EA? I mean, I know they like doing questionable quality
Actually,
games for $80.
A good chunk of stuff is procedurally generated, so.
What does that mean?
Which means the software tries to approximate the building based upon the satellite images.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because not everything has been 3D mapped.
Gotcha.
But you would think some of the monuments were.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that one. That one, they did a good job with that one.
You were muted, hon.
That's for us. It usually is.
Uh-huh.
It's
They did good with that one.
a hot mic comment.
Yeah. Well, yep, they got the Lincoln Memorial,
Yeah?
right? But what
Memorial
about
was good.
Jefferson? Did they get the
And
Jefferson?
there would never be a boat of that size in that river.
Well, not at that point.
Right.
Because
Oh,
how?
go land at Andrews and see if you can see Air Force One.
All right, if Lincoln is there. Yep, up that way. Because that was one of the things that every time that I would drive through there the last couple of years before I joined, seeing which monuments we could spot from the highway along was about the
That
only
should
good
be
thing.
it right there and look at it.
The
Or so it's not right.
Did they put a freaking pancake there?
Covered in whipped cream by the looks of it.
There are better things you can use the whipped cream for.
And there goes the glamour.
And number 1.
Oh! Yep,
Oh, we lost the feed!
I overstressed.
Well, at least it has the somewhat proper crash physics in that way.
Someone took a 747. They slewed a 747 up to like 225,000 feet.
Nice.
Turned off the crash sensing stuff, and then actually got it above Mach 1. In a dive.
Oh, you wanted to see someone who has fun breaking game physics like that. If you want to stick with pure flight sim, Air Force Proud. If you want to go with games in general, the person trying to break them in a comedic way, Gray Still Plays.
I like Air Force Proud.
Isn't CP Gray?
Don't know. The only channel I know him on is literally Gray Still Plays. He likes Florida Man for reasons.
I'm probably not the same person I'm thinking of.
Florida Man in the sense that we all know Florida Man? Or
Do-
is this a channel?
Do any of us really know Florida Man?
All too well.
No, he likes to.
Basically Missouri Man.
Yeah, well, he has
Just nobody hears about. Nobody ever hears about Missouri Man.
Well, no, they do. It's just.
That's because he's blown up in a meth lab.
Yeah, there is that.
So here's my family tree that I've worked on. This goes back to pre-revolutionary up here.
Ah.
And one of them is from the Mayflower.
Ah.
I'd assume actually more than one is from the Mayflower, but you know,
If I
I haven't
go
been able to confirm anything yet.
if I go back that far, most of mine are still in Europe.
I was trying to find where my father's side came across, and I was never able to find where they came over. That was the original goal, but then I ended up going to the Revolutionary War, and that's where it stopped.
Well, most of the crossings of my family that my pop-up was able to find were actually recorded at Ellis Island. It's actually where the current spelling of my last name got butchered.
Aw, that's kind of awesome, though. I mean, it sucks that so many names were messed up like that, but I always think it's really cool to, like, find out, like, exactly where it happened. It's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, my last name is supposed to have an umlaut.
Oh, that's cool. That's such a cool word, too.
Yeah, it is.
As a matter of fact, there was a couple times I talked with Gail Streber, and we actually found the castle that is named for the town that my ancestors by name founded. And it goes back to the Teutonic Knights period. Unfortunately, it's currently in Poland instead of Prussia, like it's supposed to be. But we won't go into
Minor
that sort
details.
we won't go into that level of nationalistic pride. People have problems with that.
Ooh, interesting.
What'd you find this time?
I remember that Karis is here, and I actually owe her an audio clip from Kanar with Damar the other day.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yay, that one.
I haven't had a chance to make it yet, and so I was going back to go find that really quick. And I saw this this video pop up here. Evolution of the modern alphabet, earliest forms to modern Latin script.
Do you have angels on there too?
I don't know if you want to see it.
Angels on there too?
If you want to see it, you can.
Okay.
But
Angels on there too?
yeah,
No reason.
Of course not.
I think that's pretty cool, though.
Oh, alphabet. I thought you said modern elf.
No, I said alphabet.
And off goes the camera.
Hi, guys. I'm Karis.
I'm here all week.
That was free. God damn it.
Sad nerd news. Yeah. Rodent no last name. We actually were talking about that a little bit earlier. Wasn't bone cancer, colon cancer.
Oh, Bozeman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it's all over Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Bone cancer is one of the worst because it is a
Painful.
very high mortality rate and exceptionally painful.
Yeah.
I know. This is- Hey, Furball, I think we're going to have a new hashtag for a little bit.
The modern alphabet.
Moving on.
Well, so Jay did say that he had an audio clip. It's just a matter of him actually loading it. And I'm kind of wondering which segment he is particularly referring
Oh
to.
God.
Oh, I know which
Oh,
segment
I
he's
know.
referring
I
to.
know. I know which one it is.
You guys are so cute.
I even
Yes,
talked you into it.
attention is off me now.
Oh, yeah, going with that one? Yeah, no, that one was purely...
Coral's attention isn't off me.
My attention is always on you, Karis.
Let's go into DMs, baby.
Okay.
So, actually, you know what? I haven't seen if we had anyone actually comment on that video about it. I'm actually going to see if anyone...
Oh my, Coral. Jeez. Send me that. Turn the camera
towards the screen.
Shh.
No.
For
It's
her
mine.
eyes only.
Okay, so there was one comment on that video right now. And
Which one? What video?
The last
Of
Kanara
us
Damar.
singing.
Yes.
Hang on. I'm letting the studio load because anyone want to take a guess who it was from? I'll give Furball a hint. Stalker.
Oh, is it Jessica?
Yes.
Jessica G. What did Jessica have to say?
This was 16 hours longer than the movie itself. But BM Furball, aka Snack Attack, makes the time just fly by.
She has no idea.
Planes at Andrews.
Phone goes off.
You say
in
this?
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah, and... There we go. I just had to delete a couple spam phishing
did go off.
messages there.
Oh, oh.
Wow.
Black and white. Black and white.
You
Hold
know,
on. Download. Just a second. I'll check.
you know, black and white images, when done right, are actually rather
Oh.
stunning.
They're seriously my favorite. Like,
Mhm.
my favorite search term, black and white erotic nudes.
Already well versed in those.
No comment.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Are you
the
flying
best.
over Andrews right now?
Yep.
Eric? Go to the other side of the runway.
The runway or the base?
The
Over
base,
there?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Edit.
Furball, did you ever get the feeling that you're being left out, but not in a bad way?
I'm cool with it.
Let's see, black and white or sepia tone?
Well, black
On
and
the other side
white.
of the base.
Sepia.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's.
Huh?
Where's the water tower?
The rodent
Is it
no
got
last name seems to forget what channel they're on. They said, I almost made a very inappropriate joke, decided against
Is it near? Where?
Right.
Wait.
This is kind of the place to make the inappropriate
Right?
jokes.
Again,
we appreciate that.
again, we don't kink shame here. We don't shame
Right.
much of anything
Restricted.
here. So why are you holding back?
Mm-hmm.
Which, oddly enough, even with all of that,
Yeah, this is the far side. The other side was the right side.
That's a good comic, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
I'll
this
say
is
there
yes,
should be on the other
so
side.
bad.
agreed.
Did you see this about the?
but it's missing a building,
Probably.
a very large building.
And probably for good reason.
This is shared by a news station. Are you ready?
Well, it
news
might be there
station?
and just not as high as it's supposed to be.
Oh wow!
Not
Is
accurate.
it supposed to
Okay,
be the south or north?
Should be to the left.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shame we didn't. Hey guys, guess who's
Yeah, it's
showing
good.
up?
damn it, I sent
Hey,
her the wrong
hey,
person.
hey, guys, guess who's showing up? We got JM Truth.
Yep,
Oh.
I sent that to the wrong person.
After
Apologies,
Jared's
Jared.
phone
Wait,
go off.
wait, yeah, I was gonna say,
Probably one of
hang
these.
on. Let me go ahead and check this
Extremely
message out.
inappropriate in dimensions, shape, and size.
Not a bad look.
No, it isn't.
Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hey, JM.
Hey,
Okay, send it to the right person.
Are you sending
And
it
not
to me? That's the question.
Not the left person.
That was not my intent. So with me tonight, I guess we never know.
So
I'm
guys,
just gonna start sending out gifts. Whoever gets them gets them.
I'm gonna hang out. I have to take my son at some point back over to a friend's house, and then I'll be back. So I may have to dodge out at some point.
Oh, no
Well,
worries.
we're already almost 3 hours into the stream. I don't know how much longer. we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we start generally around 8:30
comments,
ish,
no comments.
p.m. Eastern, and go for
See, I have
anywhere
not
between.
been going for 3 hours, so I'm still good to go.
We could change that. It doesn't
What?
It doesn't take 3 hours to get to that point. When you know what you're doing.
Can I show you the ridiculousness of my dog?
Many
So you
can't
guys- so
keep
you
it
guys
going
start-
for 3 hours, so I mean, it's not really a matter of.
But some can.
Yeah.
So you guys start at what time? Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, about 3 hours ago.
Oh shit! All right.
And we generally
Hey, there's
go
no
to.
cursing on this channel.
No cussing
Don't
in the
listen to
chat.
him.
Oh
Did
no!
you say shit?
Oh,
Say golly gosh darn it.
there's absolutely no filter on this channel.
Okay.
He's
At least not on
literally-
this
Unless it's
show.
black and white. Black and white filter. We do black and white filters.
Right, that's about it. He's
Oh,
literally
Lord,
laying on the ground. He's in a dog bed. And he is laying on the hard.
No,
Eh.
his head is on the hard ground. He likes his butt well cushioned.
Right.
And you know, sometimes you just need that little bit of coolness from the hardwood floor.
Like
So
you know,
who's
you're
the
drinking
sunflower?
really hard, you're just putting your cheek against the floor.
That would be Tekatron who's playing.
yeah.
He has the latest version of Microsoft Flight Sim, and we're
Oh,
no
okay.
and
And the
we're
hardware to run it.
frickin' understatement, bastard.
Filters like this.
No, she said filter, not magnify.
And apparently, the boy is lurking, apparently.
Yeah,
Hi,
he is.
boy. You know who you are.
And now, of course, my phone. There we go.
Mm,
Oh, are you playing the poor connection issue now to get ready for next week. Which actually, yeah, Jam, good timing in getting here. I'm going to start reminding everyone. So normally the sci-fi show on Saturdays would be next weekend, but because of the holiday weekend, that is being pushed off a week. And I will make the determination by Wednesday afternoon on whether or not VTW is going to be taking place next Friday or not.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've taken a Friday night off, and it might be necessary.
Well, I actually was late because I had a interview with another guy who interviewed me about, well, flat Earth and Bible stuff. So had a video chat about that. So
We mostly just rant about nonsense here and make idiots of ourselves.
Pretty much.
that sounds like fun to me.
That tracks.
It's the greatest show about nothing. If anything comes to mind, it's generally going to be said on here. Like, we've actually been bordering on overly inappropriate food talk the 2 weeks before this.
You can't have inappropriate food talk. I mean, come
Vegan
on,
atheist.
it's food.
Vegan atheist, are you really vegan?
I
Or is that
am.
just oh, you are awesome. Me too.
Yeah, and today's talk was not about food. Today's talk was about cocks and hoses.
That's right. Caulking and
Garden hoses.
garden. Yeah, the
But it did
I
start
have
with dicks.
no
I'm
idea
sorry,
how
the
the food
first
thing
I was gonna
is
say,
good.
like, I was trying to
the
remember.
first tweet did have dicks in it though.
It was about Dick's
I
hamburgers.
couldn't get
right?
dicks, so I had to,
Right.
deal with playing with my cock.
Yes,
Jesus, you guys.
the caulking. The caulking.
But BM, it's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, Jam. It's been a while.
And we got a super chat from you know what, Furball? You need to read this one out because of who it's from.
From my favorite stalker, Jessica G, $2 super chat. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther. Thank you very much, Jessica.
That's right.
And am I gonna start finding bunny heads out on my front yard or people
Oh,
following
that's
me around?
terrible.
She's
If
my
you
favorite stalker. I want to be prepared.
If you end up with bunny heads, I'm a killer bitch.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
but yeah,
Don't
it's,
mess with my bunnies.
as long as we get to play with the bunnies.
You can play with the bunnies. You
and-
can't kill the bunnies.
Unless it's a white cave bunny.
Run away!
It's a killer rabbit.
Wait, it's behind. It's behind the rabbit. It is the rabbit. Hey.
You have the holy hand grenade.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Random movie quotes from
Oh, sorry.
Oddball Comedy. Be prepared. Because actually, part of it was before. Actually, the title of this and the description are actually references to Starship Troopers. Because, yeah, I've been kind of fed up with the political landscape. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit a hard reset and see what happens.
Although, can I just say,
Yes.
my favorite scene from Starship Troopers.
The shower.
Yes. Dang it! Why you steal my?
I really keep my phone in the right place, guys.
Come
I have to make
on.
sure that I don't miss it. God damn.
Can't,
Oh my god.
Is that the right kind of filter?
can't blame me this time.
You haven't.
Yeah. All right. Let me know, then we'll go. Yep.
Yep. We're
And Jared, you haven't.
Well, I guess I can say
We'll
I'm just
talk that-
maybe
yeah.
this time. I'll try to be on time next time.
Yeah, so I'll actually email you, make sure I get the right email address this time. And like I said, I'll let you know Wednesday whether or not we are doing the show. I'm actually going to end up making it a bit more democratic and let everyone who is available to join the panel let their voice be heard on whether or not they would like to see a show next Friday. So you hear that, people out in the chat? Because I know there are a bunch of the vets out there who just like to lurk and watch. Your voices can be factored in as well.
Okay, I came in here late, but so did some other people, so they might not know. Why would there not be a show on Friday?
Holiday weekend. Labor Day.
Gotcha. Okay.
And, you know, if this is turned into the Furball show that Jared is just taking over from me, I won't be here next week, so I'll need you guys to float it for me if it happens.
To be fair, I'm pulling a Kyle. On a channel that I started in.
We never signed a contract.
Exactly.
In perpetuity.
Exactly.
I am obligated to not take sides in this one. I cannot take sides. Don't
like
come
we
at
need
me with
that
your
meme.
DMs.
But yeah, you know, even though you did show up late, glad you showed up, JM. I'm actually... The whole point of this is to really vent, not stress about anything, and actually enjoy company and have laughter.
That's awesome.
That is actually what I think a lot of people are missing. And with everyone on the panel being ex-military of any of the branches, I mean, we even have a Coast Guard representative here.
Wow, yay!
But I'm not ex-military yet. I'm still attached to Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Well, that, and we do have a couple prospects who have been given early access because they are committed and actually signed up to go active duty. They're just waiting for their ship date. The nukes are weird.
Right.
Fuck off.
Maybe later.
But I thought I had
Can
dibs
I
on
watch?
Oh my
Camera off number 3.
Ring my bell to be a special subscriber.
Thank you, Jay.
Jay, did you get the... she requested it. Did you get her audio clip ready for her?
Ring my bells to turn off my camera.
I'm working on it right now.
JM, just to let you in on something.
Yeah.
Jay Brown is the king of audio clips and little buzzers like that. So if you say anything stupid, he's gonna record it and then randomly play it later on.
Nice.
Which is
I do that all the
exactly
time.
why you make sure that you say the absolute absurd things, and yeah.
Oh,
Can you play something from Gayo?
So, Jam, what branch were you in?
I was in the United States Army.
Oh, very cool. What
I
was
was
your
a combat
MOS?
medic for 12 years.
And
That's a tough job.
well, so that push button that Jay did didn't...
It's not necessarily the height, but the volume.
It's more of Jay's audio clips.
A bullshit artist.
You just gotta start
there,
clicking down.
there seem to be a lot of them out there, and they
That's
can
true.
be rather annoying.
Yeah, every once in a while, somebody will not be on the panel, and he'll play one, and everyone goes, "I didn't realize Karis got here."
It's normally Karis.
Or there have been a number of times where Jay would hit the button, and I would have to look to see if it was actually her that said it before responding.
Right.
What's really funny is when he plays it and then I say it.
That is funny.
I do that occasionally going, did Karis come in? Oh, never mind.
All right, guys.
Very
I gotta
good
take
man.
my son back out to his friend's house. I will see you guys next week, assuming that we have this.
And if not, the week after.
If not, it'll be the week after. Thanks for the invite,
Friday.
Jared.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming in.
We'll see you around.
Yep.
Good
we'll
seeing
see
you,
all
man.
next
Take
time.
care.
Good
Have
to
a good
meet
one.
ya.
All right, later.
Bye.
See, a good soft introduction. We can bend him over later.
I don't want to watch that.
Who said you would be watching it? You'd be a part of it.
No, see, there's this little red button at the bottom of... I almost clicked it.
Almost, but then remembered, we're still gonna have fun off air because, you know, it's still a little bit early tonight for those of us who actually want to have more enjoyment that is better suited off air because, you know what, I don't feel like having the copyright claims. Because, well,
I can get you some more of those copyright claims if you want.
Oh no, Jay, you need to get that audio clip ready, and while you do that, I actually have to work some audio magic. Work some audio magic on my end because I got a little something special for people on the way out.
Okay, give me a minute. I've found the scene that I need to, and I gotta mute you guys.
All right, so if if you other four want to talk about anything that you have coming up or anything or any shows that you were a part of recently to let people know about, by all means, go right ahead. I will be back momentarily.
And then it goes silent.
Hint, Karis, that was an opportunity for you to actually self-promote a little bit.
Didn't you do something yesterday?
Earlier this week.
Mostly me. It was mostly somebody else. I was just there for decoration.
I
mean, you are pretty good arm candy.
Right? Earlier.
And I'm sorry about the slight audio mix, but we are all good. No, you didn't go deaf, Peter, you old bastard. I was just messing with you guys. All right, and in the panel they can't hear me, so.
Are you going to talk for us tonight?
There we go. There we go. Now you should be able to. No, you guys still can't fucking hear me.
I got Amber talking today. It was funny. I had to play sirens for her, though.
That wasn't me. Here goes no.
No.
Are you going to talk?
Get some going
Let's
time.
You're not going to talk, are you?
Let's
She
see
knows we're
here.
here. Ginger knows we're here.
Alright, why is this
The whole
not
thing.
working?
And Jared, just so you know, I actually found and was about to use
And I understand. Not to
Don't
all of
judge.
us.
Don't judge.
I don't judge.
Search for the G.
Well, this isn't gonna work. Fucking hell.
I mean, it's okay. You don't have to be frustrated.
You need to relax.
You can do it.
Putting extra pressure on yourself just makes it harder.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Very much pressure. Alright, let's try that now.
Like, I think you meant more difficult.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
No, I actually had an issue with voice meter. But after restarting
Thank you for correcting me, Gareth. Thank you.
now we're good. Alright, you guys can you hear me, yes or no?
We've been able to hear you.
But it hasn't been fucking moving! God damn it!
We've heard you this whole time. I've been talking shit to you.
Yep.
Why am I not surprised? Alright.
Yeah, you've been commenting on your performance
He didn't hear
issues.
He did.
See, we
But
can't
we
hear
weren't
that.
judging.
My
I'm
neck.
just saying, we're not judging.
Shh, 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 shh. You gotta rewind. We started to hear it, but then lost it. Jay.
Oh. Rodent says sound is back. Does that mean it was off?
There were a couple blips because of me activating
means-
voice meter. Yes, you got lucky.
Yes,
In many
I
ways.
Oh.
Yes,
I
we
see
can
that
listen.
eye roll.
What Karis doesn't know is I actually don't have both of them put in yet. I don't have the other one put in. I'm just messing with her.
Shut up, Blake.
A little bit of a tease, a little bit of a fun. And yeah, that's the one that I'm
Jared,
done that in a
you were
while.
saying that
All right.
You haven't done that in a long time.
Done what?
What you're doing to my neck?
what? Oh, that. I thought it was. I thought they were talking.
And now we've gotten everyone with that. So with that, oh, we are gonna have fun. This is another wonderful night, and wonderful end to the week. Which you know what?
Are you doing to my neck? I'm like, what am I doing to your neck?
I've needed this sort of relaxation, especially because
I mean,
Guess-
hypothetically.
guess who's going to be working a 13-hour day on Sunday? Yeah, me. So, in the meantime, we're going to have fun. We're taking this off air. Everyone enjoy, have a good evening, and just remember, enjoy the silence.